CBC should become a competitive organization or die in peace. We are living in the era of YouTube-style media. CBC is only kept for the politicians to get their bribes. Ottawa has its cronies at the CBC's leadership, and they are skimming the funds with fake real estate deals and salaries for their friends that do not even work. CBC is like a dead patient we are still giving oxygen to get more money from the taxpayers. This is the oldest trick in the book. Very often, organizations like the CBC are used by undercover intelligence agencies to get their people traveling around the world using the CBC as their cover. They all do it, but having a Canadian cover in the Middle East, Latin America, and Africa works better than using the US media like CNN. Working for the UN is similar to a cover-up as pretending to work for CBC or BBC. Let the CIA finance the $1 billion for CBC. The CBC conundrum, reform or reckoning? In the fast-paced landscape of modern media, where YouTube stars reign supreme and digital platforms dictate the flow of information, the Canadian Broadcasting Corporation, CBC, finds itself at a critical crossroads. Once hailed as the bastion of Canadian journalism and culture, the CBC now stands accused of stagnation, cronyism, and serving as a convenient tool for political agendas. Cronyism and mismanagement. Whispers of malfeasance and mismanagement have long plagued the halls of the CBC, with allegations of cozy relationships between Ottawa's elite and the corporation's leadership. Critics argue that the CBC has become a breeding ground for nepotism, where lucrative contracts and positions are handed out to friends and allies, irrespective of merit or contribution. The accusations extend beyond mere favoritism, with claims of embezzlement and financial impropriety tainting the organization's reputation. Allegations of fake real estate deals and inflated salaries for non-existent positions have raised serious concerns about the stewardship of taxpayer funds. If true, these practices not only erode public trust but also squander precious resources that could be invested in genuine journalistic endeavors. A cover for covert operations? Shockingly, the CBC's troubles may extend beyond mere mismanagement, delving into the realm of international espionage. Whistleblowers allege that the CBC has unwittingly become a pawn in the game of undercover intelligence, with operatives exploiting its global reach for clandestine operations. The rationale is simple yet unsettling. Utilizing the CBC as a cover provides a veneer of legitimacy for agents operating in regions where a Canadian affiliation offers greater safety and access. This revelation raises profound questions about the integrity of the CBC's journalistic mission and the extent to which it has been compromised by external interests. A call for reform or reprieve. In light of these damning revelations, the future of the CBC hangs in the balance. Is it destined to languish as a relic of a bygone era, sustained only by the life support of taxpayer dollars? Or can it undergo a radical transformation to reclaim its relevance in the digital age? Advocates for reform argue that the CBC must adapt or perish, shedding its bureaucratic baggage and embracing innovation to compete in the cutthroat world of modern media. They advocate for stringent oversight and accountability measures to root out corruption and restore public confidence in the institution. Alternatively, some voices propose a more radical solution: let the CBC fade into oblivion, sparing taxpayers the burden of subsidizing a bloated and compromised organization. Instead, they suggest redirecting funding to independent media outlets or allowing private enterprises to fill the void left by the CBC's demise. Conclusion: a crossroads of consequence. The fate of the CBC represents more than just a bureaucratic dilemma. It is a litmus test for the integrity of Canadian journalism and the resilience of public institutions in the face of mounting challenges. As allegations of corruption and covert intrigue threaten to engulf the organization, Canadians must confront the uncomfortable truth: the CBC stands at a crossroads of consequence, where the choices made today will shape the future of media and democracy in Canada. Will it rise to the occasion, reinventing itself for the digital age, or succumb to the weight of its own inertia, consigned to the annals of history as a cautionary tale of what happens when institutions outlive their relevance? The answer remains to be seen.